sacred hush of St. Mark's, where the organ hums like a heartbeat, and hymns spiral upward to a God I've wrestled since my youth. Did I, Leonard Finch, 67 summers heavy on my shoulders, a retired mechanic with hands still stained by grease, and a heart tethered to vows, ever dream a woman's smile could ignite me like a match struck in the dark? Even as Ruth's voice rises beside me in faithful chorus last Sunday, as Amazing Grace swelled through the loft, Evelyn turned 50, widowed, her alto a velvet thread weaving through the choir, and cast a smile so juicy, so ripe with promise, that my knees trembled beneath the weight of my robe, a forbidden pulse stirring where only devotion should dwell. I've been bound to Ruth 44 years, wrenching engines in Tulsa until my spine surrendered in 19. But Evelyn's gaze sank into me, a serpent's bloom unfurling in the garden of my fidelity, and I'm left throbbing, a sinner at 67 beneath the stained glass that watches in silence. Our home is a humble relic, red brick weathered to rust, porch sagging like an old man's shoulders, a garage choked with tools I can no longer lift, their handles worn smooth by decades of my grip. I'm 67, bald as a piston, joints creaking like a rusted chassis under strain. Ruth's 65, her frame softened by time, hair gray as the Oklahoma dust, her pies a fragrant legend at church potlucks. We met in 78 at a tent revival, her alto soaring through "How Great Thou Art," me smitten in a pew, palms still black from a Chevy I'd torn apart that morning, my heart racing as I stammered an invite to coffee. 2 sons, grown and scattered Dallas and boys, left us with a silence that hums like an idling motor, a quiet we filled with routine. Sundays anchor us, 6 a.m. coffee in the fellowship hall, bitter and strong, 8 a.m. service with Pastor Jim's drone, choir at 10, I sing bass, my voice a rough growl, Ruth's alto threading beside me, steady as the hymns that carried us through lean years of busted transmissions and fat ones of small victories. Evelyn slipped into our world in November, a widow from Wichita, her husband a year cold in the ground, her voice joining the choir like a whisper of silk against the coarse weave of our notes. She's 50, chestnut hair cascading in soft waves, eyes like embers glowing beneath the folds of her robe, hips swaying a rhythm that mocks the sanctity of our psalms. First rehearsal, she leaned close, nice voice, Leonard, her breath a warm curl against my ear, and I blushed. Just loud, ma'am, my chest tightening with a flicker I hadn't known since Ruth spun in my arms at a barn dance in 80. Her laughter a melody I swore to keep forever. Evelyn stands near Ruth, robes brushing in the loft, but her gaze seeks me, warm and sharp as a blade honed by longing, cutting through the scripture to stir a deep, unnameable ache, a sin I can't confess without shattering the man I've built myself to be. Monday dawns heavy, I'm in the garage, tinkering with a carburetor I'll never mend, its bolts rusted as my resolve. Her smile looping through my mind like a hymn I can't unlearn, a heat stirring. Jeans tugging faintly, 67, and foolish beneath the weight of memory. Tuesday rehearsal. She's closer, robe grazing mine, as we sing, Be Thou My Vision, her voice a velvet ribbon. Sing louder, Leonard, she murmurs, eyes glinting like sunlight on oil my chest locks, hands damp with sweat. A throb creeping low I can't admit to the Lord above. Ruth's beside me, her alto steady as her hand brushing mine in the pew, soft from years of kneading dough. And I'm drowning, Evelyn's grin a tide dragging me under, a sin I can't wash away with the prayers I mutter each night. Wednesday, she drifts by the house, borrowed sugar, she says, lingering on the porch, your handy her perfume, rose and musk, clinging like a memory of nights I've forgotten. I nod, tongue thick, jeans tight, 67, a fool caught in her glow, Ruth's pie cooling inside, Evelyn's smile, a flame I can't extinguish with the faith I've clung to all these years. Thursday, the ache deepens. I'm in the yard, raking leaves into brittle piles. Their rustle, a faint echo of Ruth's laughter when we dance under the stars. Her juicy smile, a refrain my ticker thumps. A heat pooling low, jeans tugging with every sweep of the rake. 67, and lost in her shadow, a man unraveling thread by thread. Friday rehearsal. She presses near. You've got soul, Leonard, she whispers. Her breath a soft gust against my neck, my chest heaves. A pulse thudding low, robe concealing a stir. I can't deny Ruth's at home, rolling dough. Her hands steady as the vows we spoke. And I'm here, burning. Evelyn's eyes a hymn of ruin I can't unhear. A sinner trembling beneath the weight of grace I've forsaken. Saturday dawns gray and heavy. I'm restless, polishing a wrench in the garage. It's steel cold against my palm. Her smile gleaming like a beacon through the haze. My breath shortens. Heat surging through me. Jeans tight with a longing I can't name. 67. And aching for a touch I've no right to claim. Ruth's voice drifts from the kitchen. Dinner's ready. Len, a faint anchor I'm slipping from. Her pie a sacrament I don't deserve. Evelyn's rose sent a chain, binding me to a melody I can't silence. Sunday arrives ablaze. In the quiet of St. Mark's, the choir loft trembling with amazing grace. Its notes rising like a plea against the sin I carry. Evelyn turns mid-verse, robe swaying like a veil, eyes locking mine, and winks, slow and deliberate, her lips curving in a juicy arc that promises more than salvation. My breath snags. Knees buckle beneath the robe, a pulse hammering low, fabric tight against a swell I can't confess. Ruth sings beside me, her voice pure as dawn, her hand steady in mine, soft from years of mending my wounds. And I'm a wretch, Evelyn's grin, a blade twisting deep, a sin blooming beneath the cross that looms above us, its shadow a judgment I can't escape. After service, she lingers, whispers, "Good hymn, Leonard," as we file out, her arm brushing mine soft, A burning ember, my ticker races. A flush creeping up my neck I can't mask. 67. And I'm alive in a way I haven't been since Ruth was my world. Her pie a fading ghost against this wildfire. Evelyn's rose sent a thread I can't sever. Monday, I'm haunted the garage silent, but for the hum of memory. Her wink replaying like a psalm turned profane. My ticker thumps. Jeans tight with a heat I can't shake. 67. And caught in her song. A man undone by a glance. Tuesday rehearsal. She leans closer. Missed you Sunday, she murmurs. Eyes glinting like embers in the dusk. Robe brushing mine. My chest locks. Breath shallow. A throb surging low. Ruth's at home. Baking bread. Her hands steady as the faith I've built my life on. And I'm here, drowning in Evelyn's voice. A hymn I can't unlearn. A sinner at 67 with no prayer left to plead. Wednesday, the pole tightens, I'm in the yard, splitting wood with an axe too heavy. Each swing a penance, her missed you echoes. My ticker pounding, heat pooling. Jeans tugging with every crack of the blade. 67. And I'm unraveling. Ruth's bread rising inside. Evelyn's smile, a flame I can't quench with the sweat I pour into the earth. Thursday rehearsal. She's bold. You sing like you mean it, Leonard. Her hand grazes mine as we share a hymnal. My pulse thuds. A swell beneath the robe I can't hide. Ruth's knitting at home. Her needles clicking a rhythm I've lost. And I'm burning. Evelyn's eyes a melody of ruin. A sin I can't rinse from my soul with the water I splash on my face each night. Friday, I'm adrift polishing tools in the garage. Their steel a cold comfort. Her mean it hums my breath catches. Heat surging. Jeans tight. 67. A fool aching for a woman. I can't claim Ruth's voice. Supper. Len. A lifeline I'm slipping from Evelyn's rose. Sent a shroud I can't shed. A man torn between the altar and the abyss. Saturday, the ache consumes. I'm in the shed, sorting bolts. Their clatter a faint echo of Ruth's laughter, her smile blazes. My ticker thumps. Heat pooling low, jeans tugging. 67. Lost in her glow. Ruth's pie cools. A sacrament I've betrayed, Evelyn's voice a hymn I can't unsing. Sunday returns. A crucible, the loft alive with how great thou art. Its notes a plea I can't answer. Evelyn turns. Robe swaying winks again. Slow, juicy, my knees falter. Pulse hammering, robe tight, heat roaring. Ruth beside me, her alto steady, her hand in mine. And I'm damned, Evelyn's grin a fire I can't douse. A sin beneath the cross I've vowed to bear. 67. And alive, throbbing with a need I can't confess. After she whispers, beautiful Leonard. Her breath brushes my ear, rose scent flooding. My ticker races. Flush burning, jeans tight. Ruth's pie a ghost. Evelyn's flame a chain. 67. A sinner trembling, her touch a promise I can't claim. Monday, I'm wrecked, garage silent. Her beautiful loops ticker pounding. Heat surging. Jeans tight. 67. A fool Ruth's bred a fading hymn. Evelyn's smile ablaze. I can't extinguish, prayers falter. A man adrift. Tuesday rehearsal. She's near. You're my favorite bass. Robe brushes. Eyes glint, my chest heaves. Pulse thuds. Robe hides. Ruth's at home, knitting, her hands steady. I'm burning, Evelyn's voice, a sin I can't unhear. 67. No grace left. Wednesday. I'm splitting wood, each crack a cry. Her favorite hums. Ticker slams. Heat roars. Jeans tight. 67. Unraveling, Ruth's bread rises. Evelyn's smile scorches. Prayer a whisper. A sinner lost, her rose sent a shroud. Faith slips. A man undone by a glance beneath the cross. Throbbing, alive and damned. Evelyn's juicy smiles got me throbbing at 67. Ruth's blind. The choir sings on. Next Sunday, she'll call, what's next? Tell me, gents, ever had a grin sear your soul and wondered how long you'd burn before breaking? Drop it below, hit subscribe, and next time, I'll spill if I sway or stand.